Let me just show you guys a very short clip that did not age well.
Students, let's be mature. Let's not throw parties.
I am so happy that we have Dr. Mike here to tell us that we should not be partying. And it takes just one person to spread everything, because I don't know what I would do without his tips, right? Because look at all these stupid people partying. It's just absolutely insane that someone would actually party even though they just said don't go out partying. I just don't get why people would party, right? Dr. Mike, the absolute sexiest doctor alive, named by People magazine. And can you blame them? Like, can you actually blame them? Don't you think that he's the sexiest doctor alive? Actually, I've seen like a lot of good looking doctors that I think. So as I was saying, sorry about that. Those were just my neighbors yelling and stuff. As I was saying, sexiest doctor alive. He was actually caught partying, which I get it. You know, doctors have to party. I'm not judging here. It might be the middle of coronavirus, but fuck it. You gotta YOLO it sometimes. Besides, he's a doctor. If he gets sick, boom, he can heal himself. And you gotta keep in mind that everyone keeps forgetting about this detail. It was a Sunday. The day that the party happened, it was a Sunday. If you didn't know, the coronavirus does not work on Sundays. She does take her day off because, let's be real here. Who the fuck works 7 days a week? So she does take Sundays off. That's why Dr. Mike decided to have a party on a Sunday. So stop overreacting. Let me just show you guys a very short clip that did not age well.
Students, let's be mature. Let's not throw parties.
Tonight, several UConn students.
Yeah, thank you for showing that.
From on-campus housing after this packed party.
Let's not say forget COVID-19.
Corona.
Odds are, if you're young and you get COVID-19, it's not going to be the end of the world. But you can potentially spread it to many other people. And when you go to a party, a room full of 100 people, it takes one to get many others sick.
Oh my
who then
God.
will travel home and get many others sick.
I am so happy that we have Dr. Mike here to tell us that we should not be partying. And it takes just one person to spread everything, because I don't know what I would do without his tips, right? Because look at all these stupid people partying. It's just absolutely insane that someone would actually party even though they just said don't go out partying. I just don't get why people would party, right? As I was saying, that's absolutely insane that you would party even though you just told people not to party. That's just crazy. Who would even do that? Yeah, that's definitely not our doctor. What the fuck is he doing? Giving someone a massage while he's at a party? Really? At least he's wearing whatever that is. Yeah, that's definitely not, like, what is that? Oh yeah, that's 100% a safe mask. So that video did not age well, obviously, because he came out with an apology video. I want to see what he actually says for what he did. When he's a public figure, he's a doctor, he's supposed to teach people not to go out and party. What was the excuse? What was the crazy excuse that he was forced? He was forced to go out and party. Let me see what he says. Poor doctor.
This pandemic has absolutely taken a toll on all of our physical and mental well-beings. You know, whether you're a nurse, a contractor, a doctor.
I don't think you're doing that bad when you're going out partying, giving people neck massages on a private boat and everything else. Like, I don't think you're doing quite bad for a coronavirus.
Or regretfully unemployed. It's been a tough year. We're socially isolated. It's politically charged, divisive time. It's tough, and I think it's okay to say that we're all struggling a bit.
I mean, you are a doctor after all. But dude, you were partying like a week ago. It's tough that you were partying a week ago? Yeah, it's I can tell it was very tough. I just feel bad for him that he had to go through torture at that party in a private boat. Poor doctor.
But a few weeks ago, I went down to Miami to my father's apartment.
Okay.
And I want to talk to you about that trip because I learned a very important lesson that I want to discuss with you. When I went down to Miami, my friends surprised me with a private boat.
With a what?
To Miami, my friends surprised me with a private boat.
Oh,
As
that
a
makes
belated birthday
sense.
present. And I was
As
very
a
grateful, I
late
was
birthday
excited. At
present.
the same time, I was a little cautious and nervous because we're in the midst of a pandemic.
I love how it took him about 9 months of him making shit tons of YouTube videos about coronavirus and all that shit. But this entire time, he had not learned his lesson. So his thing is that he had to go party for him to learn the lesson. Otherwise, how else was he supposed to know that the coronavirus is dangerous? That's just common sense, right? No one is supposed to know unless you go to a party, you get caught, and then you're supposed to come out with an apology video. That's how you learn. Why did he make it sound so bougie though? I did go out with a couple of friends. It was my birthday. They did invite me in their private boat, a millionaire boat actually, but I don't want to brag here. We spent a small loan of $1 million, you know, just to leftovers and shit. But it was bougie, I'm not gonna lie, whatever, but who cares, right?
That I want to discuss with you. When I went down to Miami, my friends surprised me with a private boat.
Every time they get caught partying, they're like, oh, my friends surprised me. They had a crazy party and they surprised me. I just wasn't aware of it. And it was like a crazy surprise, knowing damn well that we were gonna have a party. But the party was a complete surprise. I was shooketh.
I was a little cautious and nervous because we're in the midst of a pandemic. So I went on the CDC website and checked the guidance for wearing masks during water activities. I checked the local boat capacity guidelines, so we were well below that. And then I started thinking about individual risk. And that's something I talk to you guys quite frequently about.
First of all, this definitely looks 100% safe. I can tell that they were following the guidelines, social distancing, masks. I can see about 100 masks here. Looks very safe, I must say. Wait, hold up, Dr. Mike, is this you?
Students, let's be mature. Let's not throw parties.
Is this you?
Individual risk. And that's something I talk to you guys quite frequently about. I get questions like city guidelines.
My question is, a doctor went on Google to find out, how do I party with 15 people in a private boat but very safely? Is that what you looked up, Dr. Mike?
And then I started thinking about individual risk. And that's something I talk to you guys quite frequently about. I get questions like, is it safe to go on a boat? Is it safe to fly? Is it safe to see my relatives? And there's rarely a one-size-fits-all answer because risk is a spectrum. So I looked at my...
Why are you Googling stuff? Why is he showing us Google pictures? You're supposed to be a doctor. Imagine actually having the virus and having Dr. Mike as your doctor and you tell him your symptoms and he's like, okay, give me a second. I just gotta Google this real quick because I'm not sure how it goes. So let me just Google your symptoms.
I'm young. I don't have health problems. I live alone, so I don't put anyone...
He's making excuses?
Quarantine and testing protocols, returning back to New York. We're following all the testing, boat capacity, and travel guidelines.
We have a doctor making excuses that he went to a party. Why not just admit that you're wrong, but you're out here making excuses back and forth? Just admit that you fucked up, but you're over here. Yeah, I did look up the capacity. It was safe, first of all. And you might have not seen it on the pictures, but we were wearing masks after the party was over. So I did Google that. It says that it is safe to wear a mask. So yeah, I fucked up, but I did follow the guidelines though. So I think it was pretty safe. I'm getting tired of people in power saying stay at home and not doing it themselves. That's what all these influencers do. They keep telling us to stay home, but none of them stay home. They're always partying. It just pisses me off. I don't want to come here and whine and complain that people aren't staying home, but I haven't seen my family in a year and I am so fucking pissed. I miss my family like crazy. I don't want to get emotional right now, but I spent Thanksgiving without my family. I had no friends and I wasn't out partying with friends for Thanksgiving. I was here without my family because my family lives in Italy and we're trying to be as safe as possible. But then you're telling me that a fucking doctor is out here making excuses? I'm just so pissed that we have a doctor telling me that, oh, stay home, do this and that shit. But then he's not staying home, he's partying. And the fact that he's making excuses right now pisses me off. By the way, Dr. Mike, is this you working in a hospital?
Exit through there. Enter through there. This is cool. I like pointing like this.
So you're a doctor that's working in a hospital, but you go out partying with shit tons of people where you just said it yourself that it takes one person to spread the virus. And let's not forget, the sexiest doctor alive. Whoever's working for People's Magazine must have like really low standards. Dude, you're on a crowded boat partying hard after telling everyone to be safe and stay home, wear a mask. That's the definition of a hypocrite. Gotta love Dr. Mike. Anyways, if you want to cancel someone, go for Dr. Mike. He honestly deserves it. Goes out partying, then makes an apology video where he makes excuses telling people that he was safe in a boat full of people and he followed the guidelines. So if you want to cancel him, I would be happy to join you guys. If you spent a lonely Thanksgiving like I did, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I was just a bit salty that a doctor tells me to stay home and wear a mask. But when it comes to him, he flies out to Florida and goes to a party. I upload frequently because I have no life.